Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Insider reveals why Klay Thompson chose Mavericks over Lakers. Despite significant efforts, the Los Angeles Lakers lost out on Klay Thompson to the Dallas Mavericks. The four-time NBA champion elected to join Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic fresh off of an NBA Finals appearance. Sam Amick of The Athletic reported on the behind-the-scenes of Thompson's free agency. And ultimately, why the Lakers fell short. He had phone conversations with James and new Lakers coach J.J. Redick that were all positive, league sources say, with Lakers president of basketball operations Rob Pelinka staying in touch with Lawrence, but the allure of the Lakers situation simply didn't match what the Mavericks had to offer, Amick wrote on July 3. Los Angeles finished 47-35 last season. They employ a newly signed LeBron James and arguably a top 15 player in his prime in Anthony Davis. It wasn't enough for Thompson, who likely eyed a chance to help Dallas right their wrongs in the 2023 NBA Finals loss to the Boston Celtics as an opportunity to add to his legacy. He ended up with the Mavericks by way of a 3-year, $50 million deal and sign-in trade with the Warriors. Thompson is coming off of his 12th NBA campaign, all with Golden State. He averaged 17.9 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. Amid his reporting on the Lakers' pursuit of Thompson, Amick added that their offer was higher than the Mavericks. League sources say a Lakers deal would have been far more lucrative, Amick added. With discussions about a 4-year, $80 million deal for Thompson if they had been able to convince the Warriors to cooperate in a sign-in trade that would have sent D'Angelo Russell back to the Warriors, or to a third team. All the disrespect Thompson felt from the Warriors in his final months with the team played a part in negotiations. Amick wrote that Dallas won him over in making him feel like their priority. They met him where he was, both figuratively and literally, respecting his 4 rings and making it clear that he was their top priority of the offseason, Amick continued. Thompson received calls from multiple members of the Lakers organization, including James and head of operations Rob Pelinka. But for whatever reason, he didn't feel like they pulled out all the stops. Or at the very least, that the Mavericks did. And they did at first, as the first team he met with. Another player who ended up in Dallas instead of Los Angeles played a part in Thompson's spurning of the Lakers. Irving talked with the 34-year-old guard routinely, according to Amick. Thompson had talked on the phone and texted routinely with Irving, his old rival from those Warriors-Cavs finals matchups of yesteryear and an expert if ever there was one on the topic of rectifying a career amid a dimmer spotlight in Dallas, Amick wrote. The Mavericks point guard, as Amick wrote, has revived his career playing second fiddle to Doncic. So his insight was no doubt valuable to Thompson, an aging star looking to do the same. Factor in a starting job on one of 2 teams to make last season's NBA Finals with an organization full of people who helped Thompson feel at home, and there's little mystery as to how the Lakers' latest free agent chase fell short. For trades the Lakers can make to upgrade roster after LeBron gobbled up the money. The Los Angeles Lakers are in a bind. Last season they barely snuck into the playoffs, knocking off the New Orleans Pelicans in the play-in tournament to set up a 5-game loss to the Denver Nuggets. This summer was about upgrading the roster around the aging but still extremely impactful LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The Lakers went from being eligible to trade just 1 first-round pick to trading 3, which was supposed to unlock massive pathways to improve the team. Instead, the draft is in the rearview mirror, and instead of taking a big swing, the Lakers stood pat and drafted Tennessee wing Dalton Knecht with the 17th pick and Bronny James at number 55. They didn't make a trade leading into free agency, and they couldn't lure any big names to the team. Klay Thompson turned down more money from the Lakers to sign with the Dallas Mavericks. LeBron James made a magnanimous offer to take less than his max to sign the right free agent, but he kept his list small and unlikely and all of those players signed elsewhere. James, as he has done every year since leaving the Miami Heat, proceeded to take the maximum possible salary for a new 2-year contract. That leaves the Lakers with essentially the same roster they had last year, and the front office has to try and upgrade the team with one hand tied behind their back. With LeBron signing for the max, the Lakers are right up against the second luxury tax apron. To ensure they are not further restricted down the road, they will need to reduce their salary at least a little, all while trying to substantially improve the team. Can they do that? It's certainly possible. Let's look at 4 trade options for the Lakers to reduce their salary, even by a tiny amount, and improve the roster in the process. We will start with a player the Lakers are rumored to be interested in, Portland Trail Blazers forward Jeremy Grant. Los Angeles Lakers could bring back Kyle Kuzma in off-season trade. The Los Angeles Lakers have yet to make a major move this offseason, but the recent reports out of Los Angeles indicate that they still have some big ambitions for the roster. According to league insider Anthony Irwin, one of the moves being considered is the return of Kyle Kuzma. Sources say the Lakers have held trade talks with the Portland Trail Blazers about Jeremy Grant, the Brooklyn Nets about Cameron Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith, the Toronto Raptors about Bruce Brown, and the Washington Wizards about Kyle Kuzma, as well as other teams and other trade targets. To this point, though, those are the names most closely linked to the Lakers, according to league and team sources. The Lakers tried their hand at several big-name free agents this summer, including former Warriors champion Klay Thompson. LeBron James himself reportedly made the call moments after free agency began, but it wasn't enough to lure the sharpshooter to the purple and gold. Now, with most of the big-name players off the board, including Paul George, Donovan Mitchell, and James Harden, the Lakers must look at the trade market to acquire their reinforcements. Among the potential targets are two-way wings like Jeremy Grant, Cam Johnson, and NBA champion Bruce Brown. Interestingly, however, the Lakers are also considering Kyle Kuzma. The 28-year-old swingman was previously on the Lakers for 4 years and was a part of their championship run in the 2020 bubble. Kuzma played a modest role for the Lakers back then, but he did his part with averages of 15.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 1.9 assists per game over his full tenure with the organization. But after things turned sour in the 2020-21 season, the Lakers decided to trade Kuzma to the Washington Wizards in a 5-team deal that resulted in them getting Russell Westbrook. Kuzma has been with the Wizards ever since, acting as a leader both on the court and in the locker room. And while the team has performed poorly under his watch, it's to no fault of Kuzma, who is doing the best he can with a subpar roster across the board. In his most recent season for the Wizards, Kuzma had arguably the best season of his career with averages of 22.2 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game on 46% shooting. And while he refused the chance to leave the Wizards already, he might not have a choice if the Lakers come up with an offer that the Wizards can't refuse. While Kuzma has plenty of flaws on both ends of the court, he's the kind of versatile scoring forward that they've been looking for this summer. Alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis once again, he could add some much-needed shooting on the perimeter as well as a scorer who can create his own shots down the stretch of games. Kuzma is far from the big-name star that many fans were hoping for, but he is someone who can make a difference for the organization and give them some added versatility on the wing. Plus, thanks to his previous stint with the franchise, the Lakers already know what they're signing up for and they'd know what to expect with his arrival. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Kyle Kuzma? Leave your opinion in the comments.